Let's do this. All right. This wonderful noise you hear in the background. I don't know if you hear it. Oh, sorry, you fell down. This wonderful noise you hear in the background. I don't know if you could hear it, but they are illegally cutting trees on my property. Yay! They're also blocking my driveway, so I'm gonna see if I can squeeze out of here. Because for some strange reason, my neighbor, the one that hired them, they don't want to block their driveway. They'll block my driveway. Alright, we're out. It was easy. I'm glad I have a wide freaking end of my driveway. And that I turned right. Oh, I got a 3-day like warning, and they actually allow me to like things, and I didn't explain this because people so many people have had this. I think that I thought it didn't need to be explained, but I'm gonna now explain it. Q-splaining. They do allow me to like and follow people, but one at a time. And it is like every half hour. So I can get one like or one follow, or, you know, one at a time. That's it. I'm under severe restrictions. And it doesn't make sense. It's still cold. It doesn't make sense. I don't even know what I did. You know, I did a huge, about a week ago, and maybe this is what it's from, but they didn't give me they didn't do anything to me then, but I did a huge, like, follow and, you know, like and, you know, thing, 2 weeks ago. It was massive. It took days to do. I had followed, was it 500? It was like 500 people. I followed like 500 people. Like, it was a lot. And I did this on Twitter. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned it. This is all Twitter. I am doing a big 10,000 I'm doing a huge 10,000 push for followers on Twitter because 16 years ago? Yeah, 16 years ago when I started up my Twitter account, I got 8,000 followers at the time, and I was always told, and I don't know how true it is, but I was always told, you know, things don't really happen until 10,000, and I didn't know what it meant. I didn't care. I didn't really think much of Twitter at the time. I think 10,000 was the when you could submit in for a blue check mark. I really want to know what I think it was. I think that was when you could be legitimized on Twitter. Was it 10,000? So, but I don't really know what it is. I don't have, like, that's my best guess. but I don't really know like where, what it is, what it actually is. I don't know. I have no idea. I so I've been doing like I'm at is it 8800? I'm at like 8800 followers right now. So I'm actually above where I was back then at my peak. And then I basically lost it all. I went down to, my lowest was down to 300 followers. That was, and I was like around 300 for many years. It wasn't really until I started streaming again. I think it was at it was either at 1,000 or 2,000. But once I started streaming and I started being more active and getting more than just nerddom, more than getting the nerddom. Yeah, more than getting that nerddom. I didn't have anything until I started, actually culminating for artists. That's probably my biggest follower group on Twitter, which is a beautiful community. I'm in awe of my own community on that, especially where the artists are concerned. And the VTubers. Or I should really say streamers, because I have some people who are not VTubers who are streamers and stuff like that. The streamers and their actual supporters. Not necessarily my community, but that would be the next tier down for where the majority of my followers. I do joke that there's a lot of bots. I don't think there's a lot of bots. I have a lot of people who are not very active on Twitter, and I guess they could seem like bots. But I think that the inactivity on Twitter comes with the amount of people. I mean, when I had 300 people, I had probably about the same percentage of inactive people that I have now. It just seems like a huge number now, because it was, when you 20 times more, you have 20 times more, so if you had, only 10 people out of 300, which I think I had a lot more than that. Seriously, out of the 300, I probably had like 50 inactive people. So it might have been a greater percentage than it is now. But like, if I had 10, and I have 20 times the number of people that I had back then, and I'm actually getting closer to 30 times the number of people, I'm probably closer to 30 times. So you would have to say, oh my god, 30 times the number of people times 10, that's 300 people. That's the total sum of the people that I had. That are inactive the upheaval and the things that Musk has been doing, that number could be greater, it could be less than. I mean, there is a sharp difference between people who are active but are not really communicating with me, and people who are just inactive in general on Twitter. And that the number of just inactive people seems to be getting greater than the number of people that are just not interacting with me. So that's where I'm at. And so I got it's not really a suspension, it's not really this, it's a bot checking. It is it is to make sure that I am not AI, or I am not running an automated program. And I'm not doing massive follows or massive likes anymore. I'm liking a lot of things because I like a lot of things all the time. But I'm not doing massive likes and massive follows. That didn't happen. That hasn't happened for at least 3 days. In fact, I was actually planning, because we are slowly closing in. I mean, when I started the thing, I was like, we're at 1,200. We now have to get, the 1,200 and everything like that. But I didn't even get from that huge push. And I'm talking like 500 people. 500 people I followed and everything like that. I think I got 10%. I think I got 50 people. I think. I have to really check the numbers. So I also, not only did I do a massive follow, I did a massive unfollow for the people who were not mutuals. Because my goal is still my goal. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if it seems very shallow of me, and I am, not looking at people for their content or anything like that, and I am not doing a lot of the things that I usually do when I try to woo people over to liking me on Twitter. But I haven't really done that in a long time. Most people who follow me have just been random people who follow me. It's artists that I like, it's artists that I talk to and communicate, and I give them a follow and they follow back, or vice versa. Which is the way I want it to be. It's currently the way I am on Blue Sky. I have a much smaller artist community on Blue Sky than I did on Twitter. But I have a much smaller community, a much smaller artist community. I have most of the people on Blue Sky are VTubers or streamers. And if they are an artist, they are a VTuber or a streamer. And there really isn't a separation. I should just say streamers. We are, yeah. know it's just for 3 days, and Twitter will probably still be around 3 days from now. I know that. I know that. But I really feel like this is a sign of things to come. And I don't know if Figgy even made the suggestion about just being a freaking toxic asshole. Or an incel freaking toxic asshole, I think is what she really said. And just gain a lot of people like doing that. I don't even want these people to know that I exist. The people who would follow somebody like that, I don't even want them to even realize that I even exist. Whether they do or not is beside the point. That's how I feel about it. I don't want them to know. I don't want people like that following me, ever. I'm still anti-bully. So, if I can't get there by using these methods, which, like I said, I was thinking about doing a whole nother like follow, doing another follow spree like I did before, and really pushing it. Really trying to make it happen, and all this other wonderful stuff that goes along with it, because I have really soon, very soon, I gotta draw my Zoltar machine, so we could do the predictions for 2004. I know you're saying the darkest timeline, but I think we might as well just do just regular predictions. I don't know. But I like the idea of putting Q in a Zoltar machine and having people do that. I could spare 10 minutes. It just, like, everything seems to be frustrating. I mean, it's frustrating at work. I'm not even going to shy away from it. I have to admit that I feel like leaving. I wish I had a fucking out. And not 10-year out, because that's what the plan is. I wish I had a better out, a better fuck y'all, and be out of this. It's a hard fucking job, and it is without fucking reward. And I thought I could just suck it up for fucking 10 years. Like I sucked up for 10 years at the post office. And this isn't even like... the post office is what probably fucked everything for me. Because this job is probably... If I say a tenth, that's probably saying too much of the pain in the ass the post office was. But I just don't feel like I'm adding any fucking value, and I could, and I'm probably going to, if I continue this job, I could take the care out of it, and the want of doing this job, and it just becomes a fucking paycheck. And the moment it becomes that, I personally shouldn't be doing this job. but it might be, which this is what's really hard to even say or admit to. It might be the only way to survive this job, is to basically follow the money. And when the money's not there anymore, which for me, 10 years, I was thinking about doing 15 so that I get the 10 years from the freaking post office added in, and I retire with decent retirement plan. I don't know. It depends on what the paycheck looks like next week. It really does. But I really feel I was very disheartened that I couldn't make a go of being a streamer. I mean, I don't think that I've not admitted that. But I definitely wouldn't want to be. And the reason I had the opportunity, there was a way to do it. And it was there. I could open up commissions. I mean, that is a way to do it. It would be easy to do. I mean, it's not a joke when I say that people. I've had hundreds of requests, not just 10 or 20. I've had hundreds of requests in the past couple of years, for 2 years now, about what do I charge and how can they get my artwork. And what I've done is I've just literally been giving it away for free. And most likely not doing the artwork that they were looking for. Because it's free. Because it's my art, it's not your request, it's not your commission. It's my art. And I decided I wanted to stay that way. Decided if I was going to be a streamer, it would be on my terms as opposed to other people's terms. So there's a chance. Again, like I've said before my suspension, I'm never going to say the suspension was good. I'm never going to say that Twitch did the right thing. Twitch opened my eyes to a reality that reality would have smacked me square in the face down the road, especially if I was earning money. Especially if I was actually able to eke out a living as a streamer at the time. And, said goodbye to YouTube and became just so you know, that was the direction I was headed. All my focus was going to be on Twitch. I mean, this is before morning commute. Let's start this back up. Yeah, we should probably go. But it was before morning commute. Morning commute exists because of that. So the suspension was awful. But it did save me it did let me pull back. Regroup, and after a year of regrouping and finding out what I really wanted to do as a streamer, I allowed it to be the type of streamer that I wanted to be, to do the types of videos I want to do. And if I could have made a living doing that, that would have been a perfect marriage. Especially because I'm not listening to anybody else. It would have been the perfect marriage. instead, I definitely had to quit the post office. It was more than time. I stuck it out as long as I possibly fucking could. And they made it impossible for me to stay. They offered me nothing. They expected me to keep nothing. You know, they still expect me to show up for work. I don't know if I mentioned that. I haven't worked for them for over a year now, and they still expect me to show up for work. They still think I work for them. They've stripped everything away, all benefits, everything. I don't have anything left from the post office. And I did get a letter talking about my removal, because that's all the power they had. That's all they could threaten me with. Now they got their fucking wish. I'm removed myself. And not on their terms, on my terms. But I don't know if I definitely knew that I could not last, 25 years at the post office. So another 15 years at the post office, I knew I was not going to be able to do that. But I am starting to doubt whether I'm going to be able to do it here. Alright, you know the routine. If you watch this video all the way up to this point, then you've seen this before, and you've watched other videos all the way up to this point. But put cool beans in the comments below. It'll let me know you're there, and let me know you're doing this, and it will basically throw off any analytics that the analytics has. One thing about the analytics that I want to mention on YouTube is that it has gone up. I don't know if it's because more people are watching without, I don't know if more people are watching without ad blockers or what. I don't know what it is, but it seems that they're recording more of the views. And I don't think it's because I said anything. Because I don't think they watch my videos either. Take care of yourself. Be good. Be good to yourself. And if you don't know what that looks like, just being kind to other people shows how much you care about yourself. And start with that. All right. Take care. And I'm trying that myself, just so you know. I work really hard at it. Just showing kindness. All right. So take care. We are at the 30 minutes. Boop. All right. Bye.